Okay.
Hey, what's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another video, this time for an unwrapping of the Best Buy exclusive first time on 4K of Home Alone, guys. Now, this is a 90s classic in my eyes, and I'll go over kind of the premise, a little bit about the movie if you haven't, already seen it, which is kind of surprising because they play it every year on TV. So I'll give you guys kind of a rough overview while I'm unwrapping it, let you guys all know the special features. But before we get into this unwrapping of Home Alone, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button as well as that subscribe and bell notification if you do appreciate content like this. All right, guys, so let me open this up, kind of slide that knife on the side without trying to damage it here. So this film did come out in 1990, guys. It is a John Hughes film. So if you guys are huge John Hughes films, I mean, he's a part of, the 80s, 90s growing up. Some of my favorite films that I do watch yearly, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, is probably one of my, favorites to watch around Thanksgiving. I always usually keep these like little slips on there. I don't know why, just kind of the back with all the details and stuff like that. But a lot of people do take them off. I forgot to mention this is a 30th anniversary. It says right up there. And once again, this is a Best Buy exclusive. So we are going to take this off, which I hate to do, and they always add a lot of sticky on the back, unfortunately, right there. So I am taking that off, but I'll go over some of the details, as we get into it. So I think this is a pretty cool, front cover that we are getting. Right there, it shows Kevin with the hair dryer kind of as his gun, as well as the paint can, which is utilized as a weapon in the movie, if you guys weren't zzz, as well as the classic spider. So we'll get into this, guys, like I said, as I'm kind of going over the unboxing, the unwrapping. So there's the battle plan right there. So in a nutshell, guys, Kevin is, left home alone. We have Macaulay Culkin's character, and pretty much, he wishes that he was, never involved with the family. He gets in a huge family argument. There's a huge extended family, by the way, of like 12, cousins and aunts and uncles and his parents as well, brothers and sisters. All that good stuff is kind of thrown in there, and they're planning a trip. Now, they get into a tiff, an argument, and, Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin right here, he says, I wish I was never part of this family. And, long story short, some things happen where they actually leave him at home. I know it's kind of a far-fetched story, but the way it happens, I think, was pretty, crafted and mastered, along the way, and put together like a puzzle in the John Hughes fashion, so he is home alone, and they forget about him. Once they get on the plane, they kind of realize that, oh my God, we left Kevin at home. So this leads to him just kind of going wild like a child would.
Okay.
At his age. Along the way, we get a subplot of these two thieves, Harry and Marv, who are played by the iconic Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci. Probably one of my favorite Joe Pesci roles, guys, of all time. And they are called the Wet Bandits, aka the Sticky Bandits, we get to see as well. And they just start casing all these houses. One of them happened to be the McAllister families while Kevin is home alone. So this leads to kind of Kevin figuring out that they are casing his house, and he says, this home is mine and I'm gonna protect it. And that's what I absolutely love, is kind of this little kid protecting and standing his ground. And he starts setting up the house in like a kid-friendly saw trap type of movie. Think of like The Collector if you guys are horror fans. And it leads to a whole, slew of just, wacky comedy along the way, thrown in with, once again, John Hughes' heart. So that's the backstory pretty much of Home Alone, guys, and I absolutely love it. So we are gonna open this up. By the way, on the spine, you have the red Home Alone right there. And it looks pretty dang, eye-popping right there with the white font. And the little home in the middle, I don't know if you guys could see that, the gold home does pop. So let me take out this digital code, because we ain't giving that away. So here we go, guys. We have Harry and Marv right here, the sticky bandits, aka the wet bandits, and we have a lot of just paint. At first, when I first saw this picture initially online, I thought this was kind of some goo or slime, because that is a part of the second movie. There's like a slime ball that kind of falls on Joe Pesci's, you know, head in Home Alone 2. But this original, I was like, what is all this goo? What is this about? And it's actually paint. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I don't really know if I like the way they utilize that, because it's, yeah, it's a paint can, you know, trap, but I don't know. They could have put something a little cooler around here. I don't know what. I can't really call it. And here's the front, by the way. Okay. As it's opened up, so the colors pop. And also, I forgot to neglect too, forgot to mention, this is a Christmas time movie, so you got the red, you got the green, Christmas colors. I'm such an idiot for not realizing that that was, you know, part of that. So here you go. It looks like we have the Blu-ray, I'm sorry, the 4K Ultra right here. So you have Macaulay Culkin right there. You don't have him on the front cover, which is interesting because they do have him on the Blu-ray cover. So you have the 4K right there. So we're gonna pop that out really quick. And then for the Blu-ray, you have the Sticky Bandits right there. And once you do pop those bolt out, guys, you have our main trio right here, and you have Kevin in the iconic pose, which I really like. And that's pretty much it, guys, as far as the aesthetic of everything. So once again, you get a lot of goo on the inside, and you get the master plan right here. You get some red paint right there on that side. So that's what we get as far as a Steelbook exclusive, guys. Let me know if you are digging that. There's a lot of people that, you know, for the Steelbook, it is about the artwork. And I do have a lot of Steelbooks myself where the artwork is just pure black. Like, let's say, for example, the Us film, which is a movie that I believe is like one of my, you know, top 10 horror movies of like all time. I absolutely love Us by Jordan Peele, but the Steelbook that we got is very minimal. And some people do like that aesthetic because it leads to the mystery of the movie itself. So I guess it's all based on what the movie is about. But in this one, we kind of get a colorful palette, you know, of movie. So let me just add this back so I can kind of go over some of these features. All right, guys, so included on the 4K Ultra HD, you get the 4K resolution, which is 4 times sharper than HD, which is the 1080p Blu-ray that we are used to. Once again, like I said, I have that pack, and it is a pretty cool one, but I noticed the transfer was not fantastic as I like. So with the 4K, you do get a wider color spectrum. You get the HDR, which is, you know, to be expected. But one thing I noticed about the audio, guys, it is still the 5.1, which you got on the Blu-ray, so don't expect anything different in the audio department, which is a letdown if I'm being completely honest. I don't have the complete, you know, setup, but for those that do have that audio setup and that care about that type of thing, you know, that is a huge seller as well. English SDH, Spanish and French subtitles for those international. And jumping to the Blu-ray itself, guys, is where you get most of your bonus features. So you have the movie plus the bonus features, which you get a feature audio commentary by director Chris Columbus and Macaulay Culkin himself. So Macaulay Culkin is doing the bonus features. So you also get the making of Home Alone, Mac Cam behind the scenes with Macaulay Culkin. So Macaulay Culkin's really involved with these behind the scenes. Also, how to burglar proof your home, the stunts of Home Alone. So they are going to be going over the stunts. Home Alone around the world. That's interesting. Where's the buzz now? So as far as this movie being 30 years old now, like I said, it came out in 1990, guys, as well as Angels with Filthy Souls. So that is a movie within this movie that's kind of referenced, as well as in Home Alone 2. So if you guys are fans of this kind of series or franchise, maybe just the first two, I'll just say Angels with Filthy Souls. You guys know that little mini movie in this movie is a huge part of the movie. As well as deleted and alternative takes, a blooper reel, and a 1990s press featurette. So basically, you know, how did this get buzz, you know, when it did come out in 1990? So that's pretty much it, guys. I know a couple of other Steelbooks did come out this week, which I was trying to get a hold of from Best Buy exclusives. You had Goodfellas, you also had Hocus Pocus, which I do own on Blu-ray, and it sucks that a couple years later they did come out with the Steelbook of, but but unfortunately I got there late and Best Buy, you know, sold out. I believe you can possibly still get those online, but we're here to talk about Home Alone, and that's kind of my review on the 30th anniversary Steelbook exclusive of Home Alone. And if you guys did appreciate this review on the unwrapping of Home Alone 1990, please give me a thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification if you guys do appreciate physical media content like this. Till next time, guys, I'm gone. Peace.